What's up, everyone? It looks like we have the 2024 Specialized Epic here. This is not released yet, so you can see on the right-hand side of the pictures here, this is Haley Batten's, Epic from some of her races she's done recently. This is from her Instagram account, and you can see they clearly are covering the shock mechanism and how it's working there. But we do have our first sneak peeks from the interwebs here on the left. So this looks like a full production Specialized Epic S-Works model. You can see actually on the seat stay back here in the back, it does say Epic. So clearly this is an Epic. And it'll be interesting to see what kind of travel this has, because it does look a lot like the Trek Super Caliber, which we'll talk about on the next slide as well. You can see it has the newer SRAM components, the XX1 components. My guess is this is going to be called XX, just XX maybe, or XX Black Box. I don't know, that's a guess, because you can see the XX, and I'll have a video soon out on the new SRAM stuff coming out, which obviously is not released yet. But looking at this, we can see that the rear shock is with the top tube. Before, it is under the top tube, so now it's with the top tube. It's hidden very well in there. It looks very sleek. Obviously can clear 2 bottles like it normally can do. One of the differences you can see up front is it does come with the 1.5-inch head tube up top here. The whole purpose of this is just to run your cables internally, so you don't have them all over the place. It's purely cosmetic. It looks good in my opinion on the road bikes and aero road bikes. It serves a purpose. Now mountain biking, I'm not so sold on it. I don't think it's a good move, just because with mountain bikes you're riding through some muck and some nasty stuff, and your bearings are probably going to need to be changed more often on a mountain bike than a road bike. So obviously if your bearing's going to have to get changed, you take it to a shop, they're probably going to charge you 120 bucks to change it, because they have to re-bleed the brakes and also recable your rear derailleur if you're running a mechanical system. So if you're running electronic, then you'll just have to do the rear brake. Obviously, if you're running a dropper post, then you'll have to redo that as well. But anyways, just causes more complexity to the system, just for a cosmetic purpose. So not a huge fan of that, but that's okay. It's going to look cool. The other difference I see is it looks like the fork in the front may be a new RockShox fork. We'll talk about that in one of my other videos coming up soon, where we talk about the new SRAM stuff. And it looks like a 35 to me. I'm not sure if the stanchions are 32 or 35, but it looks like it may be a 35. Clearly this is the brain mechanism. You can see here it does have the brain system on the inside of the fork. And then on the rear, you can't see it in this image if it does have the brain system on the rear. I mean, obviously it's going to have the brain system, but we don't know what it is. It looks like it's a little bit different maybe than the current brain system. All right, so this is a comparison to the current Specialized Epic. You can see up here at the top, and the rear shock clearly can be seen. It's not hidden or anything like that. So you see the rear shock here, and the big difference once again is it is hidden. And like I was saying before, the brain system, it looks like, with this system, you can't really see it either, but the brain is on the rear of the bike. They have to have a hydraulic hose that actually will travel up the seat stay to get to this rear shock. And the way the brain system works is essentially it's a brass piece inside of a cylinder, and it goes down with gravity, obviously, and it closes off the oil flow for the suspension. When it does that, it locks it out, and that's how all really lockout suspension works. It just stops oil flow inside the shock or the fork. Well, what happens is it hits a bump, the brass piece moves upward, opening the ports for the oil to flow, which opens the suspension. And then obviously when it smooths out again, the brass piece falls down, closes off the oil flow, and now it is a lockout. Okay, so usually you do have to have some sort of hydraulic system or hose going from the brain mechanism in the back up to the rear shock. The thing with this new one is you don't really see it. I don't know, maybe they have it traveling inside of the seat stays here. That would be pretty sweet. Look very slick there. So my guess is it's either inside the seat stay here, or it may be a whole new brain mechanism altogether, that may be stored up inside of the top tube in some way. I'm not sure there. Be interesting to see when they do release the bike, what it looks like with that. Now I do have a picture here of the Trek Super Caliber on the right hand side. Looks very similar. Looks like Specialized is kind of copying the Trek in a way. Now the Trek, just as a heads up, only has about 70 millimeter of travel, so it's very much a soft tail. It's not designed to be an all mountain bike or anything like that. So it'd be interesting to see with the Epic, if it's only going to be 70, 80 millimeter travel, so more like a Softail, or if they're able to eke out 100 millimeter in travel, I don't know. Looking at the image of the previous Epic up here, you can see there's a lot more gap going on between the rear tire and the seat tube here. A lot more gap than this, and obviously this is just me looking at it. I'm not measuring anything legitimately here, but it looks like that this will not have as much travel as the current Epic, and the current Epic once again has about 100 millimeter travel in the rear. So my guess is it's going to be more of a Softail design and not have a ton of travel. All right, guys, I know this has been a fairly short video, but I just wanted to kind of get this out there and let you see it. Let me know what you think about it, if it's a good move for Specialized to go this route or if it's dumb. And if you have any links or anything to any of the any sources out there that may have other pictures of the Epic or other angles of the Epic so we can kind of see what that brain looks like, please share those as well. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this, be sure to like it, share it with any of your friends who may be interested in a Specialized Epic. Also subscribe, that helps me out tremendously, and have a great day.